Друзья, всем привет! С вами Джаски. И мы начинаем проходить Элла Нуар. Загрузка. Ой. Обнаженный город. Убийство по адресу Мирада-авеню, 5810, убойный отдел просил вас подъехать. Коронер считает, что девицу прикончили армейским морфином. Ничего не говори, Рой. Просто поезжайте туда. Привет, привет, Мэри. Осмотреть место преступления. Морфин. Что, говно, выход? Это второй этаж? Ага. Что за прикид у тебя вообще? Да я бы, конечно, переоделся бы. Но зачем? Став only. Где тут? Ехид. Вот ехид. Идем на ехид. Я поведу. Тут... Да ёб, студей. Тебе налево. Да, давай, догоняй. Догонишь, короче. Вчера я это лучше водил. Мэм, мы из полиции. Вы не пострадали? Подонок. Грязный подонок. What happened? Я собралась уходить и вдруг услышала щелчок. У него был фотоаппарат. Этот извращенец сфотографировал мою... То, что под... Куда он делся? Какой извращенец? Вот он там. Какой подонок. Ля, какой извращенец. Ах, черт. Ах, щит. Пироговый ген. Let's go. Камон, Фелпс, камон. Давай поднажми, Фелпс. Блин, Фелпс, это же я. Ладно, я поднажми. Чуть в столб не въехали. Ну ничего, подберись поближе и столкни его. Он сломал светофор, муниципальное имущество. Я какой извращуга. Он, кстати, такой же лысый почти, как Доминик Торетто. Это Форсаж. За ним. Ага, пипец, блин. Я никого не сбивал. Не, ну это вся заскриптованная хрень, он все равно там врежется. Это вообще на чили сидит такой рядом, на расслабоне. Я бы давно колеса бы прострелил бы ему, нахрен. А я все. Спасибо. За шо? Давайте еще раз. Ты про какую мафию имеешь в виду? Блин, я так за ним гнался, блядь. Просто вовсю. Не видите, полицейские едут, блин. А, ну в первую, короче, на компе, да? В ремастер или оригинал? Да вон он. Вон он, блядь. Доминик Торетто. Сейчас я тут зафакаю, блядь. Че такой фак устрою, блядь? Надолго запомнишь этот фак. Убихуна. Он думает, я, блядь, с ним в шутки буду здесь играть? Да? Пинок, блин. И сейчас. Твою маму, блин, давай пришь. Он думал, что он оторвался, да? Ага. Чё? Куда ты собираешься уехать? Как сильно надо разбить его тачку, блин? Чего? Арестован. Так мы и узнали. Где на первую часть собирал деньги. Как, точнее, собирал Доминик Торетто. Все, арестован. Уличное преступление раскрыто 14:40. Ну ничего, нормально. Погнали. Управление, конечно, не очень. Мне не нравится. Хорошо, едем. Вообще неплохо. Я дрифт. Что ты делаешь? Я дрифтю. Пык-пык. Я не попал ни в одного жителя, блин. Только в столб. Да, ладно, погнали за следующим преступлением. А потом он повезет, короче. Не мешай. Видишь, я еду. Надеюсь, оно не очень далеко. Потому что я уже был так близко на миссии. Прям максимально близко.
Watch out for the pedestrians. Are you crazy?
Не шо crazy.
Son of a bitch! Left and left and left and left again and I'm right up your ass.
Так, по ходу дела больше нельзя врезаться. Значит, тачка загорится. О, на красный повернул. Блин, это... Твою мать. Ну, долбаный полицейский. Ездят тут, знаете ли, как хотят. Я понял. Стой, подло!
Sorry, madam. Police officer in your car.
По коням. Не, догоняй. Мне напарник здесь не нужен. Блин, а ее машину даже получше врубится. Куда я еду? Опять за жопа мира. Вот эта машина в разы лучше рулится. Минус столб. Я не специально... О, я уже доехал. Спасибо.
You gotta help me, officer, please.
Slow down. What happened?
I was just walking along, not bothering nobody. And these punks jumped me. They knocked me across my mouth and took my money.
How long ago was this?
Not more than 20 minutes ago, mister. They went that way, down the alley there.
Wait here.
Погнали, чё?
Fleeced you, sucker.
Son of a bitch is taking the car! Shit, come on, let's get after him. Wake up, Cole.
Далеко не уедет. Какой же он дурак. Наивный писёс. принципе, он сам разобьется на этой машине, по-любому. Я просто буду ехать за ним. Он еще и сирену включил, да? Дебил, блин. Под машину зачем-то бросаются.
Got to be kidding me!
Во! Чувак.
Put your hands where I can see them.
Блин, это было жестко. И больно. Бродвей, Голливуд. Минус дурачок, который пытался обмануть систему. Но в итоге система его нагнула.
Can you drive to this one?
Я тоже так думаю, пускай он довезет. Я уже 2 преступления раскрыл, пока ехал. Пусть теперь он поработает. Место убийства. 2:26 п.м. Второй этаж, квартира 6 в конце коридора. Спасибочки. В конце коридора, квартира 6. Все верно. Бековский.
That I did. Good to see you, Phelps.
You two want a hug? Or can we get on with it?
Relax, Rusty. 26 years old, fashion model. Found in the tub by the cleaning lady, Mrs. Reynoldson. She called it in.
We heard Carruthers thinks. Carruthers likes to make work for people. Overdose of sleeping pills. Falls asleep in the tub. Rest in peace. Case closed.
Here, here. Mal is 100% that it's murder.
Do you mind if I take a look around?
Sure. Go right ahead.
Правильно, дайте мне здесь осмотреться. Итак.
Phelps?
Val, we've had a look around. Rusty thinks it's a waste of time. What's your theory?
Come on, Mal. Tell us why we were dragged down here.
If the victim was alive when she entered the tub, water would have entered her lungs. The water is violently churned in the windpipe as she drowns. The result is that a lot of foam is generated. This foam is found at the mouth and nostrils in almost all cases of real drowning. Notice anything about
Конечно же нет.
May I take a look?
Be my guest. Take a closer look at her head and neck.
Very unusual ring.
Очень необычное кольцо.
Could be wrong, but it looks like a black sapphire.
Ага. А еще у нее сломаны ногти. А это синяки. И причем это укусы. Кто ее кусал?
The neck is bruised pretty badly.
Ну да, все верно, бро. Синяки на руках, и вот тут похоже на следы укусов.
Look like bite marks.
good. The eyes are a classic sign of morphine, and the bruises tell their own story. I think one man held her down, and another held her arm and injected her. They put her in the bath to try to cover it as a drowning.
It spread a trail of barbiturates.
Зачем они кусали руки?
Outside on your way out and see if you can find the Surrettes. It would make my theory.
The morphine would have been very quick, and there wouldn't have been much of a struggle.
Okay, so find two guys who recently bought Surrettes and weren't junkies, and you might be onto something.
Он прав. Цвет музи...
This isn't what we're looking for.
Я тоже думаю, что расческа это не то. А зачем? Зачем ты берешь только расческу, бро? Так, ладно. Че, осмотрим ее комнату? Вали. Так. Ага, добротный английский пиджак. Не знаю никого моложе 45, кто носил бы такой. Таблеточки. Похоже на снотворное. Ну, не знаю, ты бы еще попробовал бы их. Коробочка. Открываем. Снотворное. Джулия Рэндалл по одной капсуле в день после еды. 20 капсул бензендрила. Голливуд, Эйвор-стрит. Так, доктор Стоунман. Надо поговорить с врачом, прописывать оба эти лекарства. Ага, понятно. Тип не просто так, что якобы она страдала психическим расстройством. Да, да. А что, все? Так, с ней мы попозже поговорим. Это лучшее, что можно купить в городе, по крайней мере, ясно, с чего начать. Так, берем вторую. Может, это как-то связано с модельными съемками? Может быть. Открывай. Вот. Дессон, бульвар, Голливуд. 5582. Я работаю во вторник с 11 до 4 дня. Составишь мне компанию. Россия, мисс Рэндалл. Джулия. Это то, с чего можно начать. Это что? Может, здесь тоже есть что-то? Настоящая красавица одежда точно не из дешевого каталога. Да? Стоп. Я детектив Фейл. Хочу помочь Джулии. Вы могли бы ответить на пару вопросов?
Virginia Reynolds, I'm just so shocked. I feel like there's something I should be doing, someone I should call.
We can make those calls, ma'am. Who needs to be notified?
That's just it. I don't know. Miss Julie doesn't have any family in town. Someone has to set her affairs in order. Mr. Henderson, maybe? This is there. I don't know.
If you give the details to the other detectives, ma'am, they can try and get in contact.
Так. Душевное состояние.
Miss Randall depressed about something. Upset.
No more than normal.
What are you hiding here, Mrs. Reynolds? Julie was obviously disturbed about something.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Угу.
Looks like I made a mistake.
Ну, значит, сомнения.
Would she have killed herself for a man?
Miss Julie would never have killed herself. She was a very determined young lady.
Хорошо.
One of those people who shake the tree for all it's worth.
Блять.
Did Miss Randall have many friends visit?
I'm not sure. I only come around twice a week.
Why are you lying to me, Mrs. Reynoldson? Julia had men stay here.
I will not speak ill of the dead. You can't prove that.
Who owns the smoking jacket?
I wouldn't like to tell tales, you understand. That's Mr. Henderson's.
Угу.
An older man, very distinguished looking. He seemed very much in love with her.
Where would we find him?
I'm sorry, I don't know.
Привет,
He said he was in
Сан-Франциско.
San Francisco.
Понятно. Я с жертвой.
What was it like working for Miss Randall?
Perfectly fine, officer.
Mrs. Reynoldson, it seems like there's something you want to tell me.
She was very high-strung. Lovely one moment and screaming at you the next.
Угу.
She wanted it all, and she wanted it damn quick. Of course, being so beautiful, it seemed like she was going to get it. Not the way it's turned out, though, is it?
Thanks, Mrs. Reynoldson. It's been very helpful.
Блин,
The
2 из
detectives
3.
will take your statement.
2 из
Go
3.
home.
Так, мне кажется, я не все здесь осмотрел. Надо пойти на кухню.
I doubt it.
Утюг, да, сомнительно.
Don't think this is any use to
А
us.
если скалку взять?
Not much help.
Вдруг поможет. Вдруг...
Maybe. No.
Где-то должен быть шприц. А шприца все нет и нет, да? Так,
I'm at a loss.
You want to go digging around in drains trying to support Mal's theory? You go ahead. I'm not getting my hands dirty.
где у нее мусорка? Где-то же... Чувак,
Any ideas?
свали.
You want to go digging around in drains trying to support Mal's theory? You go ahead. I'm not getting my hands dirty.
Stefan, Rusty, we'll take a look around outside and then follow up these leads. Can you get some guys to run down the jacket?
You think Carruthers has called it right?
He rarely gets it wrong.
I don't know. I'm a Galloway. I've met enough girls in my time who can't handle their dope.
Мне нужна мусорка. Чё, не в мусорке? Как так? А он не хочет мне помочь, не? Давай поднимемся повыше. Здесь случайно мусорок нет никаких? Нет. По ходу дела здесь все. Что? Я ничего не вижу. Ладно, на выход. Потому что я не знаю, что здесь еще делать. Просто садиться в машину и уезжать. И все. Здесь все вокруг проверили. Ничего такого прям подозрительного нету.
You drive. I need to go over the case notes. Fine. Where are we headed?
Поедем к доктору.
Bukowski, Galloway, quite the little reunion in there. Almost brought a tear to my eye.
They're good police.
How would you know? You got promoted so fast you barely had time to learn their names. Let me fill you in. Bukowski's a pushover. Galloway's a drunk.
You could learn a thing or two from both of them.
Please. They couldn't work a vice case if their life depended on it.
I don't see why they'd be any better or worse at it than me.
I noticed you said better. Hubris disguised as humility. Kind of your trademark, don't you think?
Why do you always twist everything? Galloway's got nothing to prove. He's been on homicide for years.
And he's welcome to it. You're a terrier, Phelps, and that's what I need. Not some old bulldog who can't get up a flight of stairs without coughing up his lunch.
Угу. Загрузка. Клиника доктора Стоунмана. Серьезно, на самый верх? Фига. Если...
I swear, if we locked up every doctor in this town, Vice would be able to work half days.
Может быть, нет. Я понял, что 505.
Yes, sir, your name?
LAPD. We'd like to see Dr. Stoneman.
Dr. Stoneman is with a patient. Would you like to wait?
No, we wouldn't. Tell him we want to see him now.
There's no need to be rude.
Save it, sister.
Dr. Stoneman, I have some gentlemen from the LAPD here to see you.
Send them in, please. I'll see this patient again after they've left.
Dr. Stoneman, we are investigating the death of one of your patients, Julia Randall.
I'm very sorry to hear that.
Do you mind if we ask you some questions about Ms. Randall?
Not if it doesn't compromise doctor-patient privilege, Detective.
Так.
How well did you know Miss Randall?
Barely at all. She'd only been a patient 6 months or so.
You didn't like her, did you?
It wasn't a question of like, Detective. She was incredibly beautiful. When you looked in her eyes, you knew how a mouse felt before a snake. Not an ounce of warmth there.
Да хорош тебе!
You wrote Julia Randall a prescription for Benzedrine. How can you account for that?
Miss Randall was in the fashion business. She wanted to control her weight.
Ну давай интуицию используем. Ну давай, брат.
Benzedrine is addictive, as I'm sure you know, Doctor.
As I warned her, but she was determined. She said she needed it to control her appetite.
Sounds like you knew her pretty well.
I knew the line of work she was involved in.
That'll be all for now, Dr. Stoneman. We'll be in touch.
Ладно, 50 на 50. Погнали в окно, через окно. Не, нельзя. Побыстрее. Как много пациентов. Вы только посмотрите. Ну что, вызываем лифт? Немножко подтупливает. Ну, заходи.
The old boy's lying.
About what?
I don't know.
И, конечно, врет.
Believe when he said she was dead. Strange reaction to have to the death of a young patient.
Мне кажется, он с этим, который пиджак оставил. Из-за этого, получается. Ее. Короче, это доктор и тот, который пиджак забыл. Как его там? Пол? Как-то на... А, по-моему, да? Хорошо. Короче, доктор, да, под подозрениями. Надо еще того, с кем она шуры-муры крутила. Может, они в сговоре? Ну, а чё? Мы еще специально этими таблетосами качали.
Well, hello. What can I help you with today?
Obnoxious oaf. I didn't come to California to be a secretary. I'm gonna make him take me to the pictures tonight.
LAPD, ma'am.
I hope I haven't done anything wrong.
No, ma'am. We're making some inquiries about Julia Randall. Does she work here?
No, I had to let her go. Is she in some sort of trouble?
She was found dead this morning. How long had Julia worked as a model?
Well, she worked in New York before coming here. She was a very beautiful girl.
Could you tell us why you let Miss Randall go?
Husbands sometimes come in here with their wives.
When Julia Randall modeled, the husbands were often more interested in her than they were their wives' dresses. The wives weren't happy, and neither was I.
Did she have any close friends here?
Actually, yes. Heather Swanson. Would you like to speak with her?
I'd like that very much. Please don't inform her about Miss Randall's death.
Very well, officer. Heather, these gentlemen are from the LAPD.
I'm Detective Phelps. This is Detective Earl. I understand that you worked with Julia Randall, Miss Swanson?
Yes. Julia helped me get my job here. She's not in any kind of trouble, is she?
She's a hellraiser, isn't she? Lives a fast life.
Oh, no. Maybe Mrs. Stanley would call her that, but I wouldn't. She's full of life, wonderful company. Do you like it?
I'm very interested in engagement rings. Do you mind if I take a closer look? That's some pearl, Miss Swanson. Would have cost Henry a fortune. He must really love you. How did you meet Julia?
I was introduced through
Так,
my
а сейчас
fiancé,
слышно?
Henry Arnett.
Henry is your
Хорошо.
beau. Tell us about it.
Yes, he is. Henry has a fashion business. He and Julia have been friends for years.
Мгм.
Are Miss Randall and Mr. Henderson engaged?
Who's he?
Так. Бля.
She was wearing a sapphire engagement ring. Someone must have given it to her.
She never mentioned a man named Henderson to me.
That's all for now, Miss Swanson. Could you ask your fiancé to visit Hollywood Police Station? It would be very helpful to our inquiry.
Now,
Неплохо.
wait a moment. I don't think I'll pass on that message until you tell me why you're asking all these questions.
Хорошо.
Julia Randall was found dead this morning.
What? Oh, no. Oh, I can't believe it. She was so full of life.
Вот такие дела. 2 из 2. 3 из 2. 3 из 3 даже.
Phelps, badge 1247.
How can I help, detective?
Сообщение есть?
Yes, detective. The coroner's been asking to speak.
Да, ничего страшного.
Connect the call if you like.
Что там, YouTube глючит, да? Я так понимаю.
Cole, can you get over here? I just finished the autopsy.
Sure thing, Mal. We'll be right over.
Хорошо. А я тебя тоже слышу. Шучу.
You're behind the wheel.
Погнали
Where are
в
we
больницу.
going?
Нет, я просто временно выключил микрофон.
Nice move not telling old Sweet Lips in there about her friend taking the big jump till we were half out the door. Very slick.
I figured we'd get more out of her that way.
You're learning, Phelps. We'll make a vice cop out of you yet.
А что такое? Да, я тоже удивился немного. После того, когда осознал, что сказал. И что, он сейчас в ней шприц найдет? Вы серьезно? Или что? Или подсказку, улику? Куда идти?
What the hell?
А, вот. Нам сюда.
Cole, Roy, I have some information for you.
You're the only person enjoying this, Mal. Get on with it.
The bruising confirms 2 sets of hands, so we have 2 killers. Death was caused by heart failure due to an overdose of morphine.
Have you dragged us down here to gloat? We already heard your theory.
We agree that she was murdered.
Yes, of course.
I have something else to show you.
All right, Mal, what gives?
The dead guy's name is Jimmy LeBlanc, career burglar.
Jimmy LeBlanc.
This morning, someone stole his head in with a lump of 2x4.
So what? Good riddance.
I found 2 cigarettes in his jacket pocket.
Wow.
Hang on a minute, Roy. We're listening now.
No sign of morphine use and no metabolized morphine in his blood. Scratch marks on his face.
Which could be from getting his head remodeled.
Time of death, Mal.
Maybe an hour or 2 after the Randall girl.
Угу.
So you're saying Laughing Boy here could be one of our killers? That's a hell of a long shot.
Thanks, Mal. We'll check it out.
I found something else.
В принципе, хорошая.
Sorry, I don't play.
I don't know if it's significant. His wallet was empty. The only other things he was carrying were the harmonica and the morphine.
На гармошке морфина. Это нормально.
Carruthers. Yeah, he's here. I'll send him over. They have a guy called Henry Arnett in interview 2 for you next door. Let me know how you get on.
Sure, Mal. And thanks for the lead.
Sure, Mal. Thanks for the lead.
Бля, мне он начинает бесить. Это, блядь, самый...
Mr. Arnett, I'm Detective Phelps. This is Detective Earl. Thanks for coming in.
Call me Henry. It's the least I could do. Terrible news about you.
Так, связь с
How
жертвой.
well did you know Julia Randall?
Vaguely. I'm in the clothing business, and Julia occasionally modeled for me.
He's asking whether you banged her in a chuck-on-the-shoulder fraternity kind of way.
I'm engaged to be married. It wouldn't be polite.
Answer the question.
This will remain private. Heather won't have to know.
Знаешь, не скажу.
We had relations.
Ля, как я его прям за яйца схватил-то, а? Только посмотрите.
Could have been. I wasn't privy to all the details of Julia's private life.
Henry, I don't like when people lie to me. She was seeing a man named Henderson. You know who I'm talking about.
Easy on, Detective. I may have heard of Henderson, but I don't know his full name. I think he's from New York or someplace back east.
Так. Так.
That's funny. Julia told her cleaning lady that he lived in San Francisco.
Okay, you got me.
Угу.
I don't know where he's from. Julia wanted money. She always wanted money. She thought she could get something from this guy.
She was wearing a distinctive engagement ring. You think she might have convinced him to buy it for her?
Maybe he did, yeah. Maybe he and Julia were getting serious.
Ля как, да?
Ever heard of a Jimmy LeBlanc?
Jimmy LeBlanc.
No. Should I have? Is he an entertainer or something?
Сука, мне кажется, ты врешь. Ладно, пока сомнения.
Didn't have any reason to believe that LeBlanc would be involved in Julia Randall's murder.
If this guy is a criminal, he might have been involved. But like I said, I've never heard of this LeBlanc character.
Heather told us that you were in fashion.
3 из 3.
That's right.
I'm just praying the prince comes through.
Директ? Блин, ему нельзя в Россию приезжать. Вообще нельзя.
Some kind of traveling salesman?
Once I got out of the Corps, I used my... You were in the Marines? Sure. I'm proud of it. Fighting 6th.
You were in the 6th Marines?
Yes. I was a captain.
Which company?
Various companies. We had a lot of casualties.
Which engagements?
Okinawa. A couple of other places.
That will be all for now, Henry. You've been very helpful.
Че, он его вспомнил, что ли?
That son of a bitch was never in the Marines. Why'd you let him off the hook? Because we're giving him a couple of minutes before we start tailing him. Arnett is an amateur. We need to find out who killed the girl. Can you pass this on to Bukowski? Have him check the place out and go through his records.
Sure, I'll pass it on.
Thanks. Can you also have R&I run the records on a Jimmy LeBlanc and find out who was his last arresting officer? Have them get in touch via KGPL when they have some information.
Ля, какой я жесткий, а? Вот это поворот. Вот это поворот.
He's in that car at the lights.
Это слежка, блин. Вновь опять мы на слежке.
Don't you love it when they pull the war hero excuse? Actually, maybe you don't.
Я слежу за тобой.
Now would be a bad time to forget how to drive.
Какая ты тучка! Мудак, блин. Нихера там кого-то сбили. Ага, нет. Здесь такая фигня, как в мафии, не работает.
Where are you taking us, Henry?
Can you quit driving like a jackass already?
Вы так и будете еле-еле ехать, блин. Тормоза. Просто мафию? Или ремастер мафии?
Shit. Better drop back, Cole. That idiot never stepped foot in Okinawa.
Ну, я найду ремастер, если что. Ну да. Ну и мой комп должен вроде как тянуть.
Money and fast.
Он сваливает.
Get in there and find out what he wants. I'll stick with him. See how he intends to spend the money. Too much slack. Gotta get closer. Hoof it, Phelps. I'll bring the car around when I'm done here.
Ебать, блядь, само.
Move in. I risk losing the trail. Too much slack. Gotta get closer. What are you doing?
Как он меня обнаружил? твою. Ну ладно. Как он обнаружил этого ниндзю? Как? Я же, блядь, ниндзя. Я же мастер по стелсу.
Needs money and fast. Get in there and find out what he pawned. I'll stick with him. See how he intends to spend the money. Move in. Can't risk losing the trail.
Hoof it, Phelps. I'll bring the car around when I'm done here.
Too much slack. Gotta get closer. Move in. Can't risk losing the trail.
Хер его.
Too much slack. Gotta get closer.
Зря я побежал. Надо просто спокойно идти, короче. При чем здесь заправка? Скажи мне, пожалуйста.
Needs money and fast. Get in there and find out what he pawned.
Давай туда проверь, что он
See how he
заложил.
intends to spend the money.
Посмотрим, на что он потратит.
Move in.
Давай
Risk losing the
посмотрим.
trail.
Hoof it, Phelps. I'll bring the car around when I'm done here.
А он здесь? Он так и стоял? Ждал, что ли? Я думал, он уже ушел. Нет, не хочу пропускать, я хочу его пройти. Игра мне как бы намекает, что я долбаный ракал.
Needs money and fast. Get in there and find out what he pawned. I'll stick with him. See how he intends to spend the money. Too much slack. Gotta get closer.
Hoof it, Phelps. I'll bring the car around when I'm done here.
Он меня увидел сквозь стену? Да, пропустим. В жопу. Ну нахрен. Манагер.
That's right, Mexico City. One-way ticket, please. Next available seat.
That would be 1 day from now. Is that okay?
It's going to have to be. LAPD, the man who just came in here, you bought a ticket?
Yes, sir. To Mexico City, tomorrow night.
If you hear from him again, don't mention this conversation.
What have you got?
You bought a ticket from Mexico City. Tomorrow night.
That's good. But this is better.
Что это?
Oh my god. It's Fabergé.
Should have seen the look on the pawnbroker's face when I told him to hand it over. The guy who owned the joint thought it was
Да, я здесь.
10 large for a cigarette case. Arnett only got 600 clams.
Открой. Дорогой Беверли, с любовью. Я тут. А что такое? Микрофон работает. Я же запаниковал. Ясно. Чувак, телефон. Заткни. А, ну что, бывает.
Operator, message for KGPL.
Putting you through now.
Phelps, 1247.
How can I help, Detective?
Are there any messages for me?
Yes, Detective. Detectives Bukowski and Galloway request you return to the Hollywood station. They have information in the Julia Randall case.
Any luck with the arrest record check on Jimmy LeBlanc?
Yes, Detective. Jimmy LeBlanc's last arresting officer was Patrolman Fred Wallace. He's posted the Hollywood 9th Beat Sunset Boulevard between Gordon and Wilcox.
Thank you.
Так, пойдем на патруль номер 9. Поедем в патруль номер 9.
You know the way. We can drive.
All right, where to?
А потом уже поедем в участок.
A one-way ticket to Mexico. Old Henry's looking as guilty as a dog next to a pile of dog shit. What's his motive? I can think of a few, but I'd put my money south of the belt. One guy plus 2 dames always equals problems.
Мотив в штанах. Гениально. Как говорится, this is a revolution, Johnny.
Come on, let's give him a hand. Right behind you, Wallace. Detective Phelps.
Wallace, go left. I'm going right after this little prick in the alley.
Да, на ходу не очень хочу стрелять. Я его застрелил.
Thanks. Outstanding warrant, armed robbery. Knocked over a drugstore back there, and it looks like he brought his whole posse with him. Bad luck for them.
They're all yours now. We need some information. Ever heard of a burglar goes by the name of Jimmy LeBlanc?
Sure. I nabbed Jimmy on a burglary beef a couple of years back. They cut through a music shop and into a jewelry store. He got 4 years. I miss his partner, though.
His partner?
Да, напарник.
Big guy. I had him cornered, and he picked up this huge display case and threw it out a plate glass window. Then he vaulted out of there like something out of Barnum and Bailey. Got away. I would have had him, except for LeBlanc yelling, "Run for it, Willie!"
Беги, Уилли.
An acrobat of some sort?
More like a strongman, a wrestler, or a boxer, that kind of thing.
Thanks. Been a big help.
You haven't done too badly yourself.
Да, конечно, неплохо. Я ж морпех. Как я мог по-другому? По-другому никак. Либо так, либо...
A strong man held down Randall while someone administered the morphine. Someone with muscle opened up LeBlanc's skull. Could be.
Ну да, получается, что это сделал напарник. А губная гармошка, походу, дела из того музыкального магазина, через который они обокрали ювелирный.
Boxing gyms, the Y, promoters, that kind of stuff. Since when have you started giving orders, Phelps? And where's the burglary angle? There was no sign of him.
That's where our net comes in. Next stop, we speak to Lacey about a list of recent burglaries.
The guy's a bum. His office is a front, and he's behind on the rent and his phone bill.
And he's skipping town tomorrow.
Let's get him in and beat it out of him.
Do you want to bring in the killer, Rusty?
You could be too smart for your own good, Phelps. We've been talking about that, haven't we, Roy? Stefan?
Finbar?
Mm-hmm.
Sir, I need the contraband list. Items stolen over the last year.
Hang on, I'll dig out a copy for you. Here you go.
Thanks.
Блять, быстрее принтера, блять, напечатал.
Cigarette case on there?
Вот Фаберже.
It's here. Arnett must be out of his mind trying to move this while under a murder cloud.
Julia Randall's ring is here.
Стоп. Нет, мне нужно... Так. Нет? Во.
Seems Julia wasn't the first bored society girl to hide her bennies in that pillbox.
Походу дела нет. Графин? Нет. Золотой подсвечник. Библия. Кто Библию ворует? Нет. Акции. О, жемчужное кольцо.
Even the engagement ring was purloined. Arnett is a cad.
Да. Мисс Ивстром. Куда это ехать? Дом семьи Ивстром.
So you and Rusty have been having discussions. Anything you would like to tell me, partner? Phelps, don't be so touchy.
Я немножко что-то это... Все, я понял. Теперь я выкупил.
You gotta learn to take a compliment, Phelps.
Нахрен мне комплименты. Мне надо раскрывать дело. Комплимент. Неплохой домик. Поршик, смотрю, там стоит, да? Которого еще не было.
LAPD, ma'am. Is Mrs. Eavestrom in?
She is. Would you follow me, sir?
Тут очень плохо играть на пианино.
We appear to have recovered some stolen goods that belong to you, ma'am.
Yes, of course. That terrible burglary. Would you like something to drink?
No, thank you, ma'am. We have some questions, if you don't mind.
Why would I mind, young man? If you are returning 43 pieces of my property.
Okay, before we get down to that, I'll have a scotch. Thanks, straight up.
Maria, can you get the detective a drink, please?
Бля, пьет на работе. Прикольная картина. Так.
Describe to us what was stolen.
It would be easier to describe what wasn't stolen, detective. A priceless tiara that has been in the family for 50 years.
Ага, tiara.
A cigarette case that was worth $25,000.
Сомнение.
So you have no idea who did this burglary. A lot of these cases tend to be inside jobs.
How dare you impugn my character and the character of my staff? If you have no further questions, I suggest you leave.
Это было зря. Ее так бомбануло.
A terrible night. At least a year ago. But let's not go into that. Let's talk about what you've recovered.
Were you in the house when the burglary took place?
Good heavens, no. I was at a social function held by a Dr. Harold Stoneman and his lovely wife. I returned home and all of my things were missing.
That's about it for now, Mrs. Eavestrom.
Доктор.
The department will get in touch and let you know how you can recover your valuables.
You've only mentioned a few of the items that have been stolen, Detective. What else has been recovered?
You see, Phelps? That's why you get the drinks in early.
Hello, Mother.
Oh.
Hello, detectives. What is going on?
We'd like to ask exactly the same question.
You have met my daughter?
This morning at work. Oh, Mother and Father divorced. I took my father's name.
The detectives recovered some of the things that were stolen, darling.
Well, what did you find?
A sapphire ring on the corpse of Julia Randall.
What are you talking about?
Your engagement ring, Miss Swanson. Would you be surprised to know that it was part of the proceeds of a burglary?
That's an outrageous allegation!
Yes, it is. I suggest we go straight to Henry Arnett's place and sort this mess out.
А мы сейчас поедем на какой-нибудь дело. А куда ехать, блядь? И сейчас где-нибудь ограбление, я его беру.
Arnett is obviously arranging the burglaries.
That's my fiance you're making scurrilous accusations about.
And Randall was obviously his partner. But neither of them are the type to creep apartments.
You're being ridiculous. Both of you. There's a very good explanation for all of this.
What a sock in it, sister. You're being played for a patsy and you're not even smart enough to see it.
Ну да. Тут в чем-то он прав. Ну что, скоро зеленый. Спасибо. В шоп эти правила. Так будем 100 лет доехать. Давайте скажите, что он еще, блин, на черту на куличках живет. Я охренел ехать. Ладно, объедем по бордюру. Даже так объедем. Здесь перестрелка. Нам нельзя ввязываться. У нас свое дело, которое надо уже наконец-то раскрыть. Еще такая музыка прям серьезная, супер. Супер серьезная. Конечно, зачем? Но пусть будет. Ой, ни хрена себе, здесь пробка. Ну, мы как мудаки ее объедем. Да? Здесь никто не будет мне на встречку вваливаться. Спасибо. Как далеко уехать мне? Как далеко? Да что вы так со мной вчера? Да что, блин? Сорян. Походу дела, мы в Мексику едем. Хотя не, мы уже близко. Я так думаю. Давайте кто-нибудь вылетит. Пускай вылетит в почину. Хотя не, никого нет. Так, все, почти приехали. И даже без аварий. Даже никого ничего не сбил. Квартира Арнетта. Или Арнетта. Или Арнет. Или Арнетта. Арнетта. Получено достижение шофер. Какая у него квартира? А, на лифте доедем.
Welcome, sir. I'm sorry, are you a resident?
Да, я живу. Попробуй здесь. Так ужасно мило, неловко получается.
Stop! LAPD! Cole, this guy's our case. Go on, put your hands in the air. Give it up, LAPD.
Стоило мне на D нажимать, и все. Чувак, ты дебил, блин? Баланса вообще нету. Просто, бля, баланс, до свидания. Нажимаю на D, он... Все, давайте. Как пропустить кат-сцену? Он не похож на качка. Как ты, блядь, падаешь?
Looks like he got you good, Phelps. Yeah, he really packs a wallop. How did I get back here? Under your
Да,
own steam,
силен.
miraculously. He came in through the window, said hello, and then keeled over.
How was our net?
He's coming around too. He's all hopped up. Good time to get some answers.
You missing something, Henry?
Пассажирский билет. Пункт назначения Мехико.
You told Heather you're honeymooning without her?
Чрезвычайно дорогие часики.
Extremely expensive watch, Henry.
Очень
A
дорогие.
graduation present from my parents. We know all about the jewelry ring. You and Randall and LeBlanc and Willie doing the legwork. I'm in the fashion business.
Врет.
Lying, Henry. How can you prove that I'm involved?
Здравствуй, здравствуй. Блять, вообще говно вопрос.
Because you pawned a Fabergé cigarette case today for $600.
Не, вчера на 3.
It was Julia's idea.
У меня вчера, короче, миссия крашнулась, и я ее заново пришлось ее проходить.
Julia was desperate for money. No matter how much we made, she always wanted more.
Нормально, нормально. Мне хватит, самое главное, что дело закрыто.
I wanted to stop, to get out of that life. I was going to marry Heather if she'd have me. Julia told the others that
Они больше не нужны, что она собирает новую банду.
a new gang.
Ни хрена себе. Ну, походу, он не врет.
But why kill her? She always looked down on those two. When she told them that she was cutting them out, they swore to get even.
Ага. Блять. Ну, по какого хрена?
Who is Henderson and what is his involvement?
Tell them what you know, Henry. I'll stand by
Да он
you
уже
if you'll
напиздел.
only tell the truth.
There is no Henderson.
Ложь.
Tell me about your first burglary, and don't lie. I can't remember. I don't keep a list of these things.
Мгм. Так.
Your first burglary was a Dr. Harold Stoneman. You want to explain how he is involved, or shall I? Henderson is Stoneman. He was crazy about Julia. She could get him to do whatever she wished.
Ля как я, да?
He threw the parties,
Ну,
he
все
arranged the
понятно.
burglaries. Julia never let him
Тут
touch
уже
her.
было
She
сразу
just
понятно,
kept the pain
когда
in
были у старушки.
her voice. Drove the good doctor almost insane.
Этот долбанный доктор.
Henry Arnett,
А я
you
его-то
are under
изначально,
arrest
он мне
for
был под
burglary
подозрением.
and for the murder of Julia Randall. Henderson is Stoneman, all right? I'm not the guy you want. Go talk to the good doctor.
Oh, we will, knucklehead. Meanwhile, we're fitting you for convict stripes.
Конечно, ща доктора-то посадим на нары. Вот бы еще того бы, блин, кто меня дубиной огрел. Поймать. Так, ладно.
Can you drive to this one? All right, where to?
Поехали опять в клинику.
I guess the wedding's off.
He only robbed her
Да,
mother and killed
свадьба
her best
отменяет.
friend. Cut the guy some slack.
So how does the doctor fit in?
That's what we're about to find out. Maybe we should ask him to give you a quick once-over. That meathead gave you one hell of a pasting.
I've had worse.
You should have seen yourself staggering back in there like a drunken sailor.
Next time you can take the rudder, Roy.
I didn't box in the Marines, though, did I?
Should have never told you that.
Что тебе рассказать? Вот, почитай, что они здесь рассказывают интересно. Я, блин, так эти миссии выматывают. Просто капец. Вроде бы сидишь, ничего не делаешь. Ну, это и выматывает. Очень мало экшона. Не хватает экшона. Очень сильно не хватает. Надо было без него ехать. Сейчас мы доктору пропишем. Я хочу погоню, я хочу стрельбу, я хочу побольше действий. Не-не-не.
I'm afraid Mr. Arnett is here to see you, and he says it's urgent.
Send him in. I told you never to come.
Tell us the truth, Doctor.
I'm so glad you came. Prison will be better than insanity, and I'm already half insane with.
Ну, не завидуй, как говорится.
I ruined my life for her, and yet I still love her.
Will you testify in court that Arnett and Randall did these robberies?
Зависть — это грех.
They organized the robberies. Julie would get the names of the guests attending my wife's parties. Didn't matter how much money I showered upon her, it was never enough.
Ага.
She never really cared for me.
Doctor, I'm afraid you're under arrest.
Сожалею, доктор, но вы арестованы. Все? Арест.
The practice. You'll call Dr. Gerard. No. Please don't cry. I want to see no one. Not my wife or my children, nor my friends. And I don't want a lawyer. Just lock me up and throw away the key. What have I done?
Да, не просто так. Это окно вечно было открыто. Мораль сей басни такова. Закрывайте окна.
Operator, give me dispatch.
У меня нет ковида.
Putting you through now.
I need an ambulance and the coroner immediately to the offices of Dr. Harold Stoneman, 1646 Ivor Street, Hollywood.
En route, detective.
меня ковида, к счастью, нет.
Detective Bukowski says the suspect is named Wilson Willie the Wolf Reed, former wrestler. Last known address is an apartment building at the corner of Hollywood and Vine. Detective
Да
Bukowski
камон,
says to
уже,
meet them
блин,
there.
сколько?
On our way. We have an address for the runner.
Let's try and wrap this up then.
То, что у меня был контакт с несколькими людьми, которые заболели, не означает. Я чувствую себя хорошо. Ну да.
That old boy really fell for that broad.
She was incredible.
Would you throw it all away for a woman?
Ну вот, наверное, скорее всего, во вторник пойду тест.
You're quite the romantic,
Возьму.
Phelps. Stick with the percentages. Broken hearts are for chumps.
Конечно, я молодой хлопец.
You're talking from experience.
Сколько ты меня дедом называешь?
Oh, I like women as much as the next guy. As long as they're in their place and doing what they're told.
Так, что тут? Да и не нужна мне кружка. Есть только пивная. Не, есть только пивной бокал. А кружку не.
He's around here somewhere. A big guy. Neighbors say he always wears basketball shoes and a cream jacket. And get this. The kids around here say he plays the harmonica.
Find a game well and have the commander set up a dragnet. We want the area closed off. We'll take this out of the street.
A harmonica playing wrestler.
По работе ничего не сказали.
Think he knits as well?
Just keep your eyes open and your mouth shut. You don't want him to bolt on us.
А чё, куда идти? Отвлекся от...
Cole. You hear that?
Слышу. Ага, понятно.
Wilson Reed, LAPD, give yourself up.
Блять, он еще с пистолетом. Я не хочу в тебя стрелять. А он... Блять, наверх. Лезем, лезем. Пошел экшончик. Мне еще местами напрягает, что он подтупливает. Отходит к стене, одупляется несколько секунд. Вот как сейчас. Так, он бежит наверх, да? Мне не нравится, что мой напарник впереди меня. Потому что его сейчас могут побить. Ну, давай я полезу. Я готов еще раз огрести.
Hold it. He's got to be around here somewhere. No place to go unless he grew wings. There he is.
Как он туда забрался? Что, нет? Вот и все.
Son of a bitch really picked a spot for it up here, didn't he? Julia Randall's folks are flying in from New York tomorrow to claim the body. I saw her on the slab. So perfect. Looked like she was made of porcelain. She really made an impression on me.
Julia had that impact on a lot of men.
Christ, it's cold. You guys did good work here today. Roy, I think you should buy your brother officers a drink.
Do you now? That's very generous of you, Lieutenant.
Получено достижение 8 миллионов историй. Ну что, на сколько? Опять на троечку. Даже крошечное количество найденного на месте преступления морфина привело бы Кразерса в восторг. А я не нашел. Где мне его нужно было искать? О, вьетнамские флешбеки. Как говорится, Джонни, они повсюду, они на деревьях. А я сегодня сходил в КБ и взял 2 больших пломбира коровки за 150 рублей. Ну, я попробую найти. Ни хера себе. Говорится, был пацан, и нет пацана.
It's over, Cole. Looks like you're one of the lucky ones.
Да вообще везунчик, блин.
Goodbye to your friend Hank, Jack.
He was your friend too, Cole. Is this how you're going to leave him? Are you wounded?
Scratch, Kelso.
Well, get up and get out of that fucking hole. Find a stretcher while you're at it so we can get him out of here.
Who's the senior officer here?
I guess that's you, Cole.
You were up here all night?
Yes, sir.
And your command?
Нету.
Sorry to hear that, son. God damn it, we have beaten these bastards back. It's the beginning of the end, and it was one here. You're a goddamn hero, son. What's your name?
Lieutenant Phelps, sir.
I'm recommending you for the Silver Star and promoting you to first lieutenant.
Пипец, блин. Везунчик прям пипец. Но дело капец какое. Божественное предопределение. Сейчас поставлю на паузу. Хочу посмотреть, сколько стрим идет. Ага, стрим идет почти 2 часа. Ладно, давайте еще. Короче, вот эту миссию. А там будь что будет. Божественное предопределение. Эрл Фелпс, перестрелка в клубе 111. Бульвар Голливуд. У 2 покойников нашли армейский морфин. Доберитесь до туда побыстрее, пока детективы Зубойного все улики не затоптали. С этим мы уже разобрались. Вчера судья Пасадене успокоился вечным сном. У него в запасах нашли 20 тюбиков. Видимо, мы не всю партию накрыли. По ходу дела. По ходу дела. Осмотреть клуб. Погнали осматривать. Выход там. Там. Выход там. Сюда. Блять, это не выход. Это подвал. В этом участке можно запутаться. Между прочим. Садимся в свою чужую ласточку.
Parker and Green are going toe-to-toe for the top job. There's a change in the wind.
About time.
This wind will be like a tornado, Phelps. Parker's got a puritanical streak. You never know we'll get swept up in a thing like that.
Ну, понятно. О, это типа Чайнатаун. Блин, ну игра вообще, в принципе, долгая. Очень длинная игра. Быковский, Фелпс, камбэк. Yes, камбэк. Эдди МcGoldrick, 26 лет, бывший морпех. Я его знал, он был сержантом моей родины. Сочувствую, Кул. Пациентка говорит, что не так давно он разбогател и прокупил себе этот клуб. А другие жертвы? Два музыканта. Что интересно, раньше они играли квартетом, скончались от передозировки. Сейчас угадаю. Ламонт и Тайри. А сейчас мы увидели остатки группы. Скорее, ее останки. Не возвращ... Бля. Как же быстро они говорят. Ать тут. Какая ж хуйня.
When you're ready to have a civil conversation, we can try
Чемодан.
Well maintained, custom case. Someone cared for this instrument. What's that click?
Угу. То есть нам надо его еще открыть. А, он сам. Угу. Билетик. Бесплатный билет в джаз-клуб «Синяя комната». Можно отработать версию с музыкантами. Он держал заначку под рукой. Морфин. А все? Больше ничего? Есть что еще? А. Ах. Полезли в пиджак, как обычно. Один шприц-сюбик. Яд, раствор тартрата морфина. Осторожно вызывает привыкание. Пусто. Так. Да лицо-то его возьми. Это положи. Веллер табака.
A dozen packs to a carton, 100 cartons or more. Looks like a couple of months' supply.
Ты открыть не хочешь? Такое. Такой табак. Ух ты. Новенький, ни разу не стрелявший, а еще с маски. Можно проверить по номерам.
We could check on the serial numbers. Is this guy hunting for bear? Look at these things. They're BARs. You get the odd guy who sneaks one of them home from the war. How did he get 3 of them? Army surplus morphine, Army surplus weapons, Army surplus valors. Sound familiar?
We should get back to the station and check the details of what exactly was lifted from that ship.
Ma'am, I'm Detective Phelps, Administrative Vice Squad.
Welcome to the 111 Club, Detective. Feels like I've had half the LAPD in here today already.
Да?
Any idea who did the shooting?
No idea. It was my day off. If I had been here, honey, I'd be full of holes just like the others.
Хорошо.
Well, you must have some thoughts.
We get all types in here, officer.
Блять, она ж пиздит, значит.
Tell us
Ты ж
about it.
тварь.
Eddie didn't know a thing about running a nightclub. He came into some money and waltzed in and bought the place. The previous owner thought all his Christmases had come at once.
Where do you think he got the money?
My guess was that he was selling the sort of quality product that you don't need to advertise.
Thank you for your help, ma'am.
Eddie was in over his head,
Угу.
but he was a decent boss.
Понятно. Так, я этого не осмотрел.
Pumped a dozen rounds into him. Certainly sends a message.
Never the same, are they?
Я понял.
Officer, please tell me what's going on.
Can you drive to this one?
Fine.
Так, что, синяя комната. Посмотрим, расспросим, что да как. Но дела, однако, здесь очень длинные. Синяя комната 5:09 PM.
It's him, the cop from the newspaper.
Спасибо.
What is the special of the day?
What do you think?
Have a word with Elsa.
Take a break, boys.
We would like them to stay, Miss Lickman. We're making inquiries into the recent deaths of 4 musicians.
Since when have the police cared about dead black men?
Good point. We don't. What we care about is 2 tons of Army surplus morphine showing up on the street. If you care about working in this town, you better give me something on Biddleston and Bow. Or their knucklehead buddies, Tyree and Lamont.
And this is your idea of making inquiries Unterstundenführer?
I've told you 1,000 times about speaking that German gibberish at me, Elsa.
Roy, how about you get a drink while I see to this?
Правильно, иди прибухни. Я сам здесь разберусь.
Will you sit down?
Why antagonize him, Elsa? You know what he's capable of.
Ask your questions, head officer. We have work to do.
People are dying of overdoses. If you know anything about it, you need to tell me.
I can't help you.
A lot of cats are into the thing. There's nothing special about your boys.
Ах, что-то она...
You can do this the easy way with me, or I can call my partner back over. I can assure you he's a lot less sensitive.
You think your threats frighten me?
Black man don't supply nothing. You think there's a black man in this town holding on to 2 tons of morphine? He'd be dead in a minute. White man supplies, black man buys.
Ага, молодец. Видимо, без шапки в ноябре. Ты думаешь, из-за этого?
You recognize them?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I don't believe you. You knew these men.
And how would you like to prove that, detective?
Так.
You're out of your depth here, detective, and you're asking the wrong questions of the wrong people. Boys, take 5 minutes, please. I need to have a private word with the officer. Why do you ask people to risk talking about a subject that could have them jailed?
Drugs are against the law, Elsa.
You're so full of courage, you have never felt ashamed.
This is getting us nowhere.
Do you think you'll win your war against narcotics?
It's not my war. It's against the law. My job is to prosecute the laws of this city.
Do you think you can stop people from needing drugs, detective?
I'm asking the questions here.
Then why do you come to me with your stupid questions? You know who controls the drugs in this city.
It's not enough to just survive, Elsa. You have to try and make the world a better place.
Brave words, and very noble. But words are just words, Colfax.
She's right. We need to pay a visit to the mixer. Cullen? Do you know where to find him? This time of day? You'll find him holding court at the Macambo.
Вот пойдем к нему.
There's something I need to be sure of. Give me till tomorrow morning.
Don't do anything I wouldn't do, partner.
Что это значит? О, мы за ней поедем, да? Лешка? Как всегда. Блин, это хреново. Это значит, у меня что-то по ходу дела на трансляции. Может быть, из-за того, что долго идет. Уже почти 2 часа. Так, он будет поворачивать. И я буду поворачивать. Но я буду ехать далеко. Спешить мне некуда.
Move in and risk losing the trail.
Фары выключить, дебил. Не стучи. Не стучи. А на зоне его нету? А он следит. И его это раздражает. Блять, что там было?
LAPD, we're looking for Mayor Cohen. I believe he has
Получено
lunch here.
достижение
There's not
тень.
going to be any trouble, is there?
Which table?
Number 3, if you'll follow me.
Зачем мне за тобой идти? Я его сам найду. А, вот он. Вот она, гнида.
LAPD. We have some questions. Hi, Mickey. How's it hanging?
Fine. Just fine, Roy. I see you brought Iga Beaver along. Hope he's not going to put the shakes on me again.
Bull Phelps. Mickey Cohen.
Good afternoon.
He has manners. Aren't you a little green for this kid? Meet Johnny Stompanato, Cole. He has the biggest schlong in Hollywood and the smallest gun. Or maybe that's the other way around. I can never quite remember.
You're a funny guy, Roy. Haven't I always said what a funny guy Roy is? And how much fun it would be to get together with him sometime.
Poor Johnny. He's the dark, sensitive type. He's a serviceman too, Cole. Johnny was at Okinawa.
You were in the crotch?
6th Marines.
The lieutenant who won the Silver Star up on Sugarloaf. I've heard of you.
Something like that.
All right, have we finished flirting? You got something to discuss, Roy? Or are you going to stand around beating the meat while my lunch gets cold?
We have some questions.
Do I need my lawyer?
Конечно, блядь.
Your brother-in-law
Целую делегацию адвокатов
was selling
вызывай.
stolen morphine. He had 1/3 of the shipment.
Old news, kid. I don't know anything about what Lenny was up to.
Ля, какой пиздобол. Ля, какой пиздобол.
Jack Dragna has you on the run. You're muscling the guys who stole the morphine from the ship.
You calling me a liar, kid? You think you can prove that in court? Huh?
Не хотелось, блядь.
It's nothing personal. I'm just doing my job. You understand that? So I'm supposed to believe that you don't know what happened to the rest of the shipment?
Lenny, God rest his soul, was a moron. He was family, though, and I haven't made a beef about that, so count yourself lucky, kid. The H is a filthy habit. I don't condone it. The simple solution would be to have all the dope fiends put down.
So you don't know where he got the morphine?
Kid, ask a question you might get an answer to.
Хорошо.
We believe there's a link between a group of Marines and the morphine stolen from the SS Coolidge. One of those Marines was shot to death in a club last night.
I wouldn't know anything about that.
I think you're lying. I think the 111 Club was your men. I think you're trying to send a message.
I'll send you a message, kid. You better have some proof that that was one of mine, or else you better have health insurance, huh?
Так. Нет.
Looks like I was mistaken.
Без сомнений все.
You haven't heard anything about what happened at the 111 Club?
What can I say, kid? I'm shocked that in the land of opportunity, Uncle Sam's finest feel the need to resort to crime. It's a dangerous business. I can attest to that. I'd recommend they get out of the life. Quickly.
A few Negroes saying goodbye on the sidewalk will never make the papers, Mickey. But we had a judge in Pasadena say adios the other day. Prominent white people popping their clogs makes everyone nervous.
You know dope has never been my thing, Roy. It's always been for schmendricks like Jack D. and Jimmy Utley. But I'll ask around and I'll get back to you.
Hey, you boys want some lunch? How about a drink?
We'll take a rain check on that. Come on, Cole, we're leaving.
We have to cut that dope. It looks bad with people dying.
We have to get the rest of it. There's no way of watering down the stuff in those little packages. We have to put the squeeze on those guys and get the rest of it.
They don't seem the type to frighten that easy.
We'll see.
Ну, короче, понятно.
What's going on?
That fucking rat Stoker has gone public about Brenda.
Who is Brenda?
Brenda is LA's most famous madam.
Everyone knows it?
Of course everyone knows. Brenda pays her way.
Are we cops or a collection agency?
Whores have been around since the Bible. Our job is to keep it off the street so Joe Citizen and his wife can stroll around unmolested.
Then we should change the law.
Are you out of your mind? Every politician in America is against prostitution, except when they're using them.
So where does Stoker come in?
He objects to the LAPD and the administration taking its cut.
Is everyone in on this?
Yeah, and that's the problem. From a little acorn does a large tree grow. He could bring the whole thing crashing down on us.
Понятно.
Aren't you supposed to be working
Sir, do you know which robbery detectives are working the Army surplus theft from the Coolidge?
Caldwell and McManus? I saw Caldwell in the squad room not long ago if you want to speak to him.
Thank you, sir. We'll do that.
This way.
Погнали. Веди меня, веди.
Harry, you got a minute?
Sure, Cole, anytime.
You've been working the docks robbery on the SS Coolidge?
Yeah, that's right.
So how do you see it?
Inside job. Either the guys working the wharves or some of the guys on the ship.
What else was taken apart from the morphine?
Case of BARs, case of Thompsons, crate of Valor smokes.
Homicide just recovered 3 BARs and a mountain of cigarettes at a shooting at the 111 Club.
No kidding. I better get over there.
Do you have a copy of the manifest?
Yeah. Here it is.
Yeah, I'm thinking of moving up.
So, how do we connect the docks robbery to the mess at the 111 Club?
Откуда было?
I got the jitters again.
Так.
You think those Vice boys get any on the side? That bum took a swipe at me. Put him down in my sap.
Так.
Mouthpiece tore strips off me at the grand jury. Case was thrown out. Now the DA wants my head.
Mouthpiece tore strips off me at the grand jury. Case was thrown out.
Это говорит, блин.
Now the DA wants my head.
I need a drink. I got the jitters again. 500,000 cigarettes loose on the streets of LA.
Yeah, the bum took a
This is
swipe
the
at
crate
me.
we recovered.
Put it down on my sap.
Так.
Yeah, I want to make homicide. You know you've got it made if you can get to that desk.
I need a drink.
I got the jitters again. Yeah, I want to make homicide. You know you've got it made if you can get to that desk. Yeah, I want to make homicide.
Enough to arm 3
You know
companies.
you've got it made if you can get to that desk.
Here's our backroom arsenal from the 111 Club.
Yeah, I'm thinking of moving
Some
up.
of
to
these guys are
45.
from my old unit.
I want to stop them with
Must
one
have
round.
finally shipped home. Kelso, Sheldon, McGoldrick.
McGoldrick was on the boat?
Sure, we checked him out.
McGoldrick bought the 111 Club, Harry. His brains are all over the bar.
Looks like whoever stole the dope is getting muscled.
By whom?
Dragner or Cohen. They control the hop.
Detectives, KGPL's going crazy. Shots fired at 1384 North Bronson. Some guy with an automatic spraying a Hollywood bus. They want every car. Go!
I don't care. I don't go in for letting gangsters off scot-free. The Canary says the same, but only if I guarantee you loss.
How well did you know the owner?
Goldrick? Well enough. He was in my unit.
That's some cruel irony. You survive the war, then get blown to pieces back home.
It happens more than you'd think. Young guys trying to adjust to normal life, getting mixed up in the wrong crowds.
The kid had just bought a nightclub. I'd say he got mixed up in the right crowds.
Until someone filled him full of holes.
You don't come into that kind of money that quickly without pissing a few people off.
All units, officers need help at 1384 North Bronson. 1384 North Bronson, shots fired. Any units to handle identified. Code 3. All units, further on the shooting at 1384 North Bronson. 160.
Так, все, включил. Наверное, поедем. Что, стерели, блядь? В автобус стрелять. Есть? Ага. Как говорится, отвлекает, там дальше я сам. Вот дурачок. Да, он лес, он еще зеленый. Ее нет. Щегол. Так, маршрут, Голливуд, Санса, 12. Так. Знаю, книжка снайпера. Его тупо слили. А тут больше ничего интересного нет.
Угу.
Вот и посмотрели.
I know that guy. Felix Alvaro.
He's one of the guys from the ship?
His name was on the manifest.
Looks like McGoldrick wasn't the only one to get a message.
Hey, Alvaro.
Hey, Lieutenant.
He's just a plain detective now, Chico.
Who's the jughead?
It's my partner, Roy Earl. We just want to find out what happened.
What happened is that someone took a shot at my bus. And the cops turned up and start treating me like I'm some sort of Pachuco punk. My people have been in California for over 300 years.
Very fucking admirable, Felix.
Так.
You hear anything about the big heist on the Coolidge?
Yeah, I heard about it.
So what happened?
Not much. Cops came and interviewed me and all the other guys on the ship.
I was down at the 111 Club this morning, waiting for the medical examiner to scrape Eddie McGoldrick's brains off the bar. You want to tell me anything about that?
I heard that Eddie came into some money. Too bad he didn't keep a low profile. It's a tough break to get through Okinawa and then have to buy it back home.
Да?
Who's shooting at you, Felix?
Ужас.
How the fuck do I know?
The dead guy on the roof works for Mickey Cohen. Why would Cohen want you dead?
Man, I don't know anything about Mickey Cohen or any of those gangsters.
Ага. Так.
Sorry. Sometimes you have to shake the tree to see what falls out.
У меня нет доказательств, но я под сомнением просто.
Felix, we didn't go through Okinawa to come back to this on our streets.
I've got the LAPD to keep me safe, right? Me and all my people.
We'll be in touch.
Сука.
You heard that Jack is in LA?
I saw his name on the manifest.
He's been here a couple of months. Sure glad to see you got over your wound, Lieutenant. I mean, Detective.
Pretty cool customer. He's been under fire before.
You buying his story?
Not for a minute.
We don't find you handsome.
Стоп.
You drive. I need to go over the case.
Подожди.
All right, where to?
Доедем. В будку телефонную мы едем. Мне нужно позвонить.
Phelps, badge 1247.
How can I help, Detective?
I need an address on a Jack Kelso.
Just a second. Jack Kelso, apartment 4, 1408 North El Centro Avenue, Hollywood.
Thanks for your help.
Вот туда и поедем.
You can drive. Do we know where
Квартира
we're going?
Келса.
Let me through. I just want a quick look is all.
Jack was a company sergeant. He would never get involved in something like this.
We brace him and drag him downtown.
Won't work. He's a tough customer.
Он не то, что крепкий орешек, он грязный орешек.
Hello, Jack. This is Detective Roy Earl.
Hello, Cole.
We would like a word.
Would you like to come inside?
Actually, we'd prefer if you come downtown with us. Do you mind?
Do I have any choice? No.
Ну,
You
какого?
don't. Are you going to tell me what this is all about?
It would be better for all of us if we discussed it at the station.
Bad move, Cole.
How have you been, Jack?
Cut the crap. You pick me up in front of my apartment like a common criminal and then expect small talk? Fuck you.
that there's a gang war going on in LA trying to recover that stolen morphine?
That has nothing to do with me.
Jack, you know about the morphine. You weren't involved, but you know who is.
You can't prove what I know and what I don't know, Cole. This is going nowhere. I'm done with this.
Я
Did you know
понял.
that Eddie McGoldrick recently came into money and bought a nightclub?
No, I didn't know that.
You want to take a guess where he got hold of the cash?
Not really.
Да ёб-моё.
You heard that a crate of BARs went missing?
No, I didn't.
Да
You're not a
ебали.
good liar, Jack. I know you want to help your guys, but this has gone too far.
If you believe I had anything to do with the theft of the BARs, or the morphine for that matter, I suggest you produce some evidence. I've had enough of this. You're wasting my time.
Как мне его сломать, блядь? Он не ломается вообще.
What I know is that on 3 separate occasions you would have been dead if it weren't for me. I don't know anything about the robbery.
Come on, Jack. You were there. You must know something. People are dying over this morphine.
We had been in port 2 days, and the Navy crew were busy unloading. Most of us were making final arrangements to travel home. Everything that was stolen was taken straight from the dockside. Police interviewed my unit and most of the swabbies.
Jack, we just want information.
Это не, блядь, по нему вообще непонятно. Я даже нет доказательств в натуре.
You call yourself a Marine? Trying to make a name for yourself with this shitheel? Look at this chump with his $200 suit and $2,000 car.
The tough guy act is really impressive. I like you, Jack. I'd like to make you for this. I really would. I'm going to be working on it, keeping an eye on you. You can go now.
Shooting, Robert Steiner, 6780 West Sunset Boulevard. The victim is a Chris Majowski.
Another name from the manifest?
How many more friends of yours are gonna get plugged today?
Доигрался хрен на стрит. Не получилось его.
Talk about tension. That was like being trapped in an elevator with a married couple who can't decide whether they love each other or hate each other.
We go back a long way.
You went too easy on him. Next time you leave it to me.
У меня не получилось его. Ну не получилось.
You don't. Jack will never give up his own men.
Там его хер сломаешь, блядь. Там, наверное, все неправильные. Закусочный Роберт.
They just walked up and shot the man. 2 of them officers, they went that way.
Go on, get out.
О, хана им, блядь. Ёбаный. Ты. Кто так водит? Не лезь в машину, пожалуйста.
I can't hit a target that isn't there, fellas. Hit him. Clear this asshole off the road. Step on it, huh? Just give me a little closer. Hit him, Cole. Spin him out. It's no good. We need to get closer.
Все столбы разломал, придурок. Должен вернуться здесь где-то. Эти придурки. Вот я дам. Не лезь, блядь. Иди, блядь. Другое дело. Ах, дебилы. Ах, дебилы. Опять это же винтовка. Микки, встреча в 9 часов. Ньюсвью, Шелдон, 25 лет. Ага.
Cohen is meeting with Sheldon tonight.
Ага. Они, короче, всех подряд убивают, да?
An LAPD file. We have a traitor in our midst. All of the names on the list have a hit team assigned to them.
We need to get to those guys fast, otherwise there'll be no case.
You drive. I need to go over the case notes.
All right, where to?
The cop from the newspaper.
Не? Ладно.
You know the way. You can drive.
Fine, where are we headed?
Поехали сюда.
Distant foreign shores.
They're taking out all the guys from the ship.
Why? How does that get them the dope?
They obviously don't know who has the morphine, and they're waiting for someone to crack it.
Ну, блин, убивать всех подряд — это такое себе.
Getting close. Steer them off the tar. I'll try for the tires. Keep your foot down. Hit it. Clear this asshole off the road. I can't take the shot from here, Cole. Let's see how fast he runs on bare rims. Getting close. Steer him off the tar.
Минус покрышка.
Keep it steady and I'll try to bust his tires. LAPD, put your hands in the air.
А чё, что я тебе в голову прострелил, блядь? Ничего? Пипец, блядь.
Isn't that the cop who solved the big case and got promoted? You're behind the wheel.
Where are we going?
Вот дебилы. Так, мертвецы тяжелые.
Throw out the guns.
Минус один. Нет? Он еще живой? Уже не живой.
Nice day, gentlemen.
Tell Courtney. Bad luck. Try. It was worth a try. God.
Компания Белый Медведь. Лени.
Polar Bear Ice Company. Really did it. Wonder whether it was worth it.
Most people never get the chance to be rich. Wouldn't you risk it?
Нет, не рискнул бы. Ну и что делать? Да нахер мне твои руки, ты пиджак открой. Спокойным и Шелдоном. Угу.
Looks like Sheldon is bringing his own fire team with him.
Juski, Beckett, Goldbrick, Driscoll, these are good guys. Why do they get wrapped up in this thing?
Not everyone has your unwavering restraint in the face of temptation, Cole.
Пойдем туда, потом на место встречи.
This isn't looking good. I feel like the fat kid at the back of a race.
You sure it's Cohen making the hits?
All fingers point his way. Your buddies are in way over their heads. Being a Marine doesn't mean shit out here.
I mean, you know you made it if you got that guy. I think we bust in there and find the double. I want to make comments about it. You know you made it. I don't want no part of it. Captain finds out, we're dead. Beat her up so bad.
Так, мне нужно на второй этаж. А где лестница на второй этаж? Вот она.
I've been in this job 20 years. I never fired my gun. I need a drink. Got it. Beat her up so bad. I found him. I was trying to save her.
Что, нельзя поговорить?
Beat her up so bad. I found him. I don't want no part. Captain finds out, we're dead.
Yeah, I'm thinking of moving up to a 45. I want to put him down in 1 round. Need a drink. I got the jitters again. Yeah, I'm thinking of moving up to a 45. I want to put him down in 1 round.
Ладно, погнали на место встречи. Здесь нам делать не хера. Ну, часто мы его пережутим.
You know the way. You can drive.
Do we know where we're going?
Конечно, мне бы какого-нибудь автомат Томпсона. Там было бы попроще.
Kill these red bastards!
On the roof, Cole, nail him! Throw out the guns.
You motherfucker!
Keep moving, I'll cover you.
Да, вот, блядь, бежит, дебил.
How long do you think you can hold out?
Изи. Просто изи.
Put out an APB on every one of the sons of bitches on that
APB on the car 11K. Car 11 King, come in.
Car 11 King.
11K, go to Hollywood Station. Hey, Courtney Sheldon is at Hollywood Station requesting an interview with Detective Cole Phelps.
Well, I'll be damned.
That's not correct protocol, 11K. I'll take that as a roger.
Car 11 King en route. You can drive. Fine. Where are we headed?
Теперь понятно, почему так.
Roy, in my office, if you please.
I'm working a major case. I'm not close, Cap. It's gonna have to wait.
Let Phelps do the interrogation.
But, Cap...
No buts. This is more important.
Блять, главное не облажаться. Ёбаный. Так, где он?
Sheldon, is this your attorney?
No, detective. This is Dr. Harlan Fontaine. He came down here to help me out.
How do you do, sir? You stole the morphine from the Coolidge.
You can't prove that.
Let's see if I can try. And what is your relationship to Sheldon, sir?
Tutor, mentor. Mr. Sheldon is a medical student of mine. He has a very bright future.
Oh, that's nice to know. Too bad all of your war buddies won't get to see your graduation. I would have asked Beckett or Majewski or Driscoll about their involvement, but that's difficult, considering they're all dead. That leaves you, Sheldon.
You can't blame their deaths on me, Phelps.
You're training to be a doctor, Courtney. How do you justify all of these deaths? You're supposed to want to save people.
Before you get on your high horse, I saved my fair share in Peleliu and Okinawa. My conscience is clear. How do you sleep at night?
Да хорош тебе, блин.
You were on the ship, Sheldon.
Yes, that's correct.
So you had opportunity.
But it doesn't mean that I was involved.
Не врет.
How do you think this is going to play out, Courtney? It's either going to be you or Jack.
What's this got to do with Jack? Jack would never be involved in anything like this.
But you would.
He has already denied any wrongdoing. Have you finished, Detective?
I'm just getting started. You have an answer for everything, Courtney. Let's hope Jack does, because now I'm going after him. Is there anyone you're not prepared to sacrifice?
Jack is not in this. He's a good guy.
You were Jack, Courtney. I don't care who goes to jail. I just want the morphine off the street.
What are you offering, Cole?
Don't be ridiculous, son. This man is gambling.
What's your offer?
Doctor, good to see you.
I'm conducting an investigation.
Upstairs in my office now.
This man is about to confess.
As of now, you're suspended from duty, pending a fitness review.
What are you talking about?
You heard the man, folks. Upstairs and face the music like the hero you were.
Ну-ка.
You certainly had us fooled, Detective. Phelps, you're one of my favorite sons. You've broken this old man's heart.
Sir, what is going on here?
You're suspended, Phelps. Hand over your badge and gun.
Don't keep him waiting.
What is going on here?
Your wife's attorney has pictures of you and the German. Compromising pictures, lad.
She's pressing charges. You'll be formally charged with adultery. A criminal cannot serve as an LAPD officer, as I'm sure you're aware.
I don't understand.
How could you do it, lad? Your wife, your children.
Что за
Sorting with
подстава?
the enemy and a dope fiend at that. You're lucky the war is over. You'd be taken out and shot.
The department doesn't need this kind of publicity, Phelps. Hand over the gun, keep your head down until your board hearing. I forbid you to make any comments to the press. What the hell were you thinking?
Так я что-то не понял, у меня что-то с ней было или нет?
Marie, listen, Marie, I need to explain.
Please leave. You're upsetting the girls.
Let me see them, Marie. They're my daughters.
Go to her, Cole. You have done enough damage here. Do you want me to call the police?
For God's sake, Marie. Can't we at least talk?
What is there to talk about? Do you love her? Do you? What were you thinking? What about our children? Can you imagine what this has been like for them? Go away, Cole. My father has hired an attorney and you will be hearing from him.
I'd like to explain, Marie. I'd like to tell you what I've been going through.
What you've been going through. I have had reporters camped out on the front lawn all morning. I can't stand it, Cole.
Вот это поворот. Блин, а я... Вот это поворот. Так что было-то хоть? Нет покоя грешник. Получено достижение. 5 из 14. Блин. Отдел расследования преступлений. Так, ну ладненько. А что это на сегодня? То, может быть, попозже еще подрублю. Такие дела.